ABL Media Center highlight.
All right, so let's talk about dues. And all of this, again, is the preview and background for you, because you're going to hear an awesome speaker today that's going to give you a quick mini power presentation on networking. And then you're going to talk to not all, but I think we have about 4 or 5 board members here. They're going to come up here and they're going to take your questions about everything in between and and what it takes to increase your bottom line, your network, and how to leverage that network, and how to turn first meet into a meaningful relationship. A meaningful relationship means that you'll get the follow-up, you'll get the meeting, the lunch, the breakfast, you'll get the referral to do business with that next contract opportunity at your company. That's what a meaningful relationship. How do we turn networking into meaningful relationships? That's what we're all aiming for. So what are some of the do's? And these are just a few, and I'm sure you can add on. The first one, put your best foot forward. How many times have we been out in networking situations where we've seen someone that might not have looked like they put their final touch on their presentation before they arrived? So when you're dealing with people are attracted to what? People who look appealing. People who look nice, people who smell fresh, people who are groomed. And these are all we think are just things that are second nature, but we all have been in a situation where we wanted to make sure somebody maybe put on too much cologne, put on too much perfume. Maybe they didn't freshen their breath before they start speaking to you. So putting your best foot forward simply means make sure everything is in order. Everything is in order, from your hair to your clothes. You don't have your tie. Like men always want to make sure their ties are straight. It's not crooked because you tied it in the car while you were driving. Ladies, you didn't put your makeup on in the car, where you get outside of the lighting of your car and you realize that you might put just a little bit too much rouge, and now you're scaring someone. It's just all of these things you think aren't important, but they really are. The bottom line, you want to look pulled together, prepared, ready. That's the bottom line. Have an elevator pitch. Know what you're going to say before you arrive to the event. Be prepared. A lot of times we wing it. This presentation, I taught on networking for 4 years at a college in a business school, but I still review this presentation has been built for 2 weeks. I reviewed it at least 3 times. Be prepared. Know your content. Know what you want to say. Be comfortable with what you want to say, and make sure it's brief. Because when people don't know you and they don't know your value add, then they have a very short attention span to what you have to say. That is the truth. It's just the truth. And so you want to make sure you lead with what's most interesting, what's most valuable, and what sells you best, and make them want to know more. Have business cards available. That doesn't mean you give everyone one, but have business cards available. Always have business cards available. I will add a caveat to this, to the certain strategies for today when it comes to social media. If you're on LinkedIn, you might want to tell people you're on LinkedIn me. So you'll hear people say that a lot now in exchange for a business card. I still believe you should have both. But what I'm seeing more often now, with business owners especially, you can add your LinkedIn address at the bottom of your business card. Then you're satisfying both. Folks that don't value business cards and folks that live on LinkedIn for their business card information. So I would highly encourage, if you're not on LinkedIn, to get on LinkedIn and to maybe add your LinkedIn address to your business card if you haven't already done so. Follow up. How many times out of 10, anybody in here follow up 9 times out of 10? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What about 7 times out of 10 you follow up when you get a new business card? 1, 2. All right. What about 5 times out of 10? 50% of the time you follow up. I can say that's where I am right now. Now, there was a time where I was at, right now I'm probably about 50%. So what about majority of the time you just don't? Majority of the time, just don't. Let's be honest. Right? Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. So following up, if you are someone that you're at 7 or above on following up, what does that tell you? Even in this room, you're set apart. Even in this room, you're set apart. There's about 30 people in the room, I guess. I think 4 hands in total said 7 and above that they follow up. So that means you are in the minority. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You have a better chance to build an established relationship that's meaningful. Listen and learn. We talked briefly about that when I spoke about the elevator pitch. Making sure that when you are talking to someone that you want to get to know, make sure they're doing more talking. Make sure they're leading the conversation by asking you more questions for you to give them more information if they want more information. But if you are the person that wants to get to know the person you're talking to, listen and learn. Listen and learn. Have patience. What this simply means is that if you meet Leona Barr Davenport today, don't expect her to give you business next week. If you email her and say, can I do business with ABL because she's looking for someone to handle the real estate for Atlanta Business League, and you reach out to her today, tomorrow, and say, I met you last night at the Business Enrichment Seminar, and I do real estate. Can I represent you on the next property, on the next acquisition that you have? In a week, and you just met her, things don't happen that quick. She doesn't know you. She hasn't had a referral of your business. She doesn't know who you know. She doesn't know your clients. There's a lot of information that still needs to be satisfied before she would feel comfortable doing business with you. Sometimes it happens. All I'm saying is that be patient, that the return on that relationship is not going to happen overnight. Sometimes it may not happen within months, within the year. I have relationships that didn't, and not that I expected them to. The point is, you meet people and make relationships that simply for the benefit of making relationships, of learning about different people in different industries so that you have a diverse network, so that you know and have someone to depend on and call on at any point. No matter what you're working on, you should have someone in every area of business to call on if you build your network accordingly. And you never know when that relationship will have a return on its investment. So invest the time, be patient, listen and learn, and at some point in the future, it could be a year, it could be 5 years, that relationship will give you a return on on your investment of time. So prepare questions, thoughtful questions.
Thank you for watching this ABL Media Center highlight. Please return often as we are continually updating our ABL Media Center showcase.